my Taurus babies, what's happening? This is EJ from Taurota Tarot. I can't tell you how pissed I am right this minute because my phone is a piece of shit. At any rate, this is your weekly update. We roll it Monday through Tuesday, tomorrow the 8th, through next Tuesday the 16th. Let's see what we got going on here. Yep, decision making time for sure. Oh, yeah, it's that kind of bullshit. So, we got another, what's the day, 7th? Another 8 or 9 days for Venus to be retrograde. Mercury goes retrograde on the 18th. So let's see what we got going on. We got the Chariot on top of the completion and the Emperor, patience and planning. So those are two major energies for your overall. We'll come back to those. Deception and envy for tomorrow pulls the 8 of coins. Universe pulls the 8 of wands. Choose wisely pulls the 6 of swords. Leadership pulls the 9 of cups. Sacrifice, your centerpiece and your challenge card, pulls the sun card. Patience pulls the 10 of swords. Spiritual career pulls the Knight of coins. Disruption pulls the star card. Awareness pulls the wheel of fortune. So yeah, it's that kind of shit for that kind of week, for that kind of year. What the hell? I put something up on Facebook a couple days ago. You could just tell 2020 to let me out. I'll walk the rest of the way. That's about how we going with this. At any rate, what you need to know and what I can kind of see and feel going on right now, a lot of you are at decision making time. So it is about decisions you're making about love, decisions you're making about romance, decisions you're making about your professional career, relying on your spirituality to get you where you need to go, and even reformatting some things you may be doing. You may be meditating, but that's not getting it. You might be journaling, that's not getting it. You might be doing all this other stuff and that's not getting it. So in this review period, with the choose wisely, the universe, the sacrifice, the wheel of fortune, awareness, and disruption. Those are the things that I'm kind of keying in on right now. So for many of you, you are just, you at the crossroads. Fuck it. That's where you are. This is at the top of your overall energy. So there's a cycle that's being completed at this point. By the time we get to the 1st of August, I believe all the big heavyweights, Saturn, Jupiter, Venus, Mercury, will be going direct at that point. I think right in this moment we have 5 or 6 planets that are just moonwalking like they Michael Jackson all over the galaxy, and it's just a high hell mess. However, in all this retrograde motion, it has given many of us the opportunity to take a step back and look at what we have and what we're trying to do, and start getting rid of some of the things that just aren't working for us anymore. So this is about choosing a path, however that's resonating, and knowing that you are walking away from a cycle that is completed. For many of you, you'll know what this is exactly. For some of you, you may be feeling this, but you're not quite sure yet what's ending. It doesn't just have to be romantic relationships. Some of you, this could be friendships. You're just on the outs with folks because they're just doing crazy shit. Just be aware of that. On the back end of your overall, once again, same thing. This has got more to do with life goals and what direction you're trying to head in, with the Emperor up there, and the patience and planning. The patience and planning is telling me this is the business end of whatever you're trying to do. A lot of you know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get to another person. They may not actually be in the same state, or even for some of you, the same country that you live in. So of course, it's going to require patience and planning to pull that off and get it together. For others of you, it's about changing course. You've been through Corona, COVID, quarantine for 100 years, and now you're like, I don't even want to go back to my old job. I need something different. And a lot of times it takes this kind of energy to shake shit up, for you to look and see where you just aren't happy anymore. And a lot of you just aren't happy with what you're doing. So this is about, sticking that finger out the window, checking to see which way the wind is blowing. It's going to take some time. It's not going to be an overnight kind of thing. So you're going to need that patience, particularly with jobs. You're going to need that planning portion of it. Excuse me. Because some of you may be trying to come out of your field completely. At any rate, it's about the decisions that you're making to move forward and dealing with those things that are going to help you achieve your goals. We get to tomorrow's energy, deception and envy with the 8 of coins. Somebody, for some of you, this ain't everybody, eat fish, leave the bones, like grandmama say. There's somebody at work trying to fuck with you, and they are not telling the truth about what you're doing. So let me just say this, in this energy with all this shit, until you get to the 1st of August, I said that, yes, document everything that you're doing at work, because this feels like somebody just you're not even aware of, but they're very jealous, very envious of the kind of work that you put out. However does resonate, you could be a barista at Starbucks, and the chick back there in the corner, she's just mad at you because the way you slinging the coffee is just awesome, and they can't do it like you do it. For some of you, this may be the new person coming into the office. So it's going to be easy, I don't want to say this, to detect who the foul person is, especially if it's a newer person, but they're just mad because, you do what you do, and they're just getting there, and they want to be you, but they can't. Everybody can't be like Mike. I'm just saying. Be mindful of this energy. It's on the board. It's every day. So it might not just be tomorrow. It might be Friday. It might be tomorrow and Friday, or it might be Monday through Friday. So just be cautious. This is an energy where you want to do more listening than you do talking. Because it's real easy right now for people to misconstrue your intent or what you're saying, so just be mindful of that. We get to Tuesday with the universe. Oh, that fire. Look at there. Fast communication, yes, a lot of you. And this is about doors opening and closing, so this is opportunity as well. It may be some of you on dating sites. This is the other thing I want to tell you about Venus being retrograde. If you're dating and you're not living with anybody, you're not serious with anybody, this is, with Venus retrograde, this is a good time to date everybody. And just do the interview thing and ask all the questions you want to ask, feel out all the people you want to feel out before you actually start dating them. And again, fast communication, so a lot of you may be getting messages from dating sites, however that's resonating, Facebook or whatever else you might be using. Opportunities, doors opening and closing, and you using your intuition and your wisdom, ooh, big words, to make sure this communication is as completely clear as it can be. Just be mindful of that. Communication is already getting snapped up. If I told you I did this video an hour ago, you'd laugh, but that's probably the truth. Mercury retrograde shut my phone off, and we're not even in Mercury retrograde yet. So just be mindful. And it'll be the technical things and the details that you might be missing. Again, it's a real easy energy right now, even with Mercury not fully in retrograde mode and just in pre-shadow mode. Very easy for people to misconstrue your intent, particularly if you are texting and people can't actually see or hear you. So be as clear as you possibly can be. And remember, there are opportunities. Opportunity is there. Love, professional, however you want to get with that, it's there. Just be mindful of your communication. We get to Wednesday. Choose wisely in the Six of Swords. Some of you may be a step ahead of what I'm saying. You may already be in that choose mode. Choose wisely, and how you choose will determine how you come out of this shaky ground business, particularly those of you that have been having issues, problems, and concerns romantically. So choose wisely. Don't pick the jerk. And that's male or female, however that's resonating. Think about your choices and the long-term implication of what you're doing. We get to Thursday. It's a leadership with the Nine of Cups. Not romantic, really, but about taking a leadership position on something that maybe is right at the end of, and you might need to just step in and tighten up a few things. For others of you, this may be domestic, and there may be things going on around the house. You may be painting, you may be doing some other things, and this is really the energy of you stepping in and putting the final little boing touches on it to make it be what it is. Some of you, I don't know, we always go down this road. It may be a deal for a car, a house. You might be renting or buying. Again, you may have to take the leadership role because people may be hemming and hawing. Again, they're in this energy too, so they may get a little off track. Their communication might be fast and not clear. That happens when you're doing too much. So you may have to just step in and take the leadership role and go, look, this is what we're doing, this is how we're doing it, and keep it moving. For a very few of you, it's kid related, and so you may have to just jump in where other parents are not able to, for whatever reason at this point, and just fill in until we get to the end of whatever it is. If you're doing groups, I've been hearing that there have been a handful of parents doing groups with the online thing, trying to just support each other and make sure their kids have support, and you may have to step in there and just, you know, take over until it's over. For whatever reason, other people may have other obligations or things that have come up recently, and you might be it, the go-to person. When we get to Friday's energy, your centerpiece and your challenge, thinking about the sacrifices that you're making, that you have to make. And once again, it's not all the time with this card, but I'm looking at the rainbows there. Don't be upset about sacrifices you have to make. Stand up in your sun, say what you need to say, and do what you need to do. That's including making the necessary sacrifices. And that this is sitting so close to the leadership card, I'm going to guess there's probably a little bit of that in there where you may just have to take the lead on something. And it's going to cause you to have to sacrifice your coffee time, your meditation time, whatever, however that's resonating. Just stand up in your sun, do what you need to do, and keep it moving. This is going to be with you next 9 or 10 days. So just be mindful. Don't shirk away from it. Go ahead and jump in with both feet. You probably are more equipped, whether you know it or not, to deal with whatever it is, and probably better equipped to handle making the sacrifice to get the job done. So just be mindful of that as you move through this. People may try and tell you, oh, I didn't do that. Just do it. Just do it. And be happy to do it. And I think for some of you, when you know why you are the one that's going to have to jump in and do it and make the sacrifice, you will be, because you don't want to be in some other kind of situation where you couldn't do it. Just saying, however that's resonating with you. The Ten of Swords on the Patience. You got a lot, and again, this is all kind of tied up together. A lot of shit raining down on you at one time. It's cool. Don't let it get you all shook up and off your game. Patience. Patience and planning. Yeah, I know. Everybody is sick of hearing the word patience, but it is what it is. We can kick and scream, but that's not going to make the time go any faster. It's not going to make the situation get better any quicker. So, yeah, you may be feeling overwhelmed at some point, thinking about the sacrifices that you're making, having to take a leadership role in something temporarily. It will go away. Be patient. Work through the process, and some of these swords should start disappearing as we get closer to the end of the month. And that brings us to Sunday's energy. The spiritual career. I know that's a wonky kind of card. Your spiritual career is those things that you do spiritually that feed your soul. So meditating, reading inspirational poems or writings by authors, yoga, some people are into that, even exercising, whatever is included in your spiritual little packet. Might be time to just step that up a notch. And so, with that said, Maybe time to review and reevaluate all those re's in the middle of all these retrogrades. It may be time to review and reevaluate what you have currently in your spiritual arsenal and what things aren't serving you. Maybe meditating in the morning is not serving you anymore. Maybe you need to do it at night. Maybe your network, the people that you deal with that help you through difficult things, maybe that's not working for you anymore. Maybe that group of folk is not doing it. I know in my own instance, there's some people that I thought were kind of on the same wavelength, but I've grown. And so they're not there anymore. And so I'm just kind of very quietly kind of backing out the door on some things because I need to be going in a different direction. In the conversation that I have with my cousin regularly, she and I are always reviewing our relationships to other people. And so particularly as it relates to business, there may be people you need to just, think about how you're going to step out of situations. And again, that may require you to update what you're doing spiritually and where you are on your spiritual path. Something to think about, those of you that might not be feeling that energy yet, you may feel it more pronounced once Mercury goes retrograde and you really do get into the atmosphere of reviewing what you got going on. Next Monday, the Star card, disruption. And we say about the disruption, this is not so much about your life being disrupted from anything that you've done, but the other people that help make those building blocks that make that thing you call your life. There may be some shifting around, particularly at work if you are trying to get promoted or get another job. There may be some shifting around going on, and that's just going to be unsettling. But just know, this is all about you trying to get your hopes, wishes, and dreams up off the ground and in the air. So don't fight people leaving. Probably time for them to go. And as you hear this kind of the energy just floating around, there may be some people you may be shocked to see leaving. And this won't have anything to do with what you're doing, but them, just by virtue of them not being there, this may increase your workload. For a very small few, you may have some older kids at home. They may be deciding to get up, go to school, or do whatever it is they haven't been doing. They may just surprise you one day and be like, hey, I'm going to school. So it'll be disruptive in so much as, they're not just sitting around the house, now they're doing something different. However that's resonating with you, just know it's not necessarily anything that you're doing. It might be the universe just kind of giving folks a kick in the pants to get moving. And so, of course, whatever they're leaving behind, you may have to pick up. And again, hopes, wishes, and dreams are tied up in there. So don't fight what's going on. And this may be tied up with this, you having to take a temporary leadership position, just in the interim until situations get straightened out. When we get to next Tuesday, it's about becoming aware, knowing the wheel of fortune is spinning, and you need to be aware of the things that may be changing in your life, or how they're going to change, however that's resonating with you. I think for most of you, the wheel of fortune is done doing what it's doing. And so now you're becoming aware of what those changes are and how anything is going to play a part in your personal or professional life. All right, where are the oracle cards? Let's see what they got to say for my dear Taurus babies for their weekly update. Sound check. Once again, about listening, doing more. This is really an energy where you're not talking, you listen. The less said, the better right now. So listen, do your best just to hear what's going on. Anything sounding out of harmony, anything not sounding like it's a part of what's going on, pay attention to that. That's a signal to you to let you know that something is not quite right. What else we got for Taurus? call on your healer guides, especially those of you going through any kind of emotional issues with some of the changes going on. Call on your healer guides. You're not alone in this. There's a whole lot of people struggling with the energy right now, especially if you have empathic tendencies where you just are like a sponge and you soak up all the energy around you. Call on your healer guides. It's a lot of energy to process, a lot of things going on, a lot of violence. And that can hurt your psyche. You know, you're seeing and hearing stuff day in and day out. So call on your healer guides to heal you where you need healing, so you can, let me just pull it out there, choose wisely. Any decision making you have upcoming, you need to be of a clear mind to do so. So don't be afraid to call on your healer guides. Let's see what else we got for Taurus. Cloak yourself in light. It's not going to hurt you. Especially with deception and envy sitting up here. Somebody at work trying to put a woo-woo on their ass. Cloak yourself in light. Do it before you walk out the door. Ask the universal creator to cloak you in light and protect you. Let's see what the granny cards got for my Taurus babies. Go hang with your friends. Go hang with your friends. Some of you just may need to just go hang with your friends. And this ain't the little, coffee group at work. No, you're real friends. Go hang with your friends. Get some perspective on what's going on with the changes. The Chariot and the Emperor up at top. It's a lot of heavy duty energy. The Star Power down here trying to manifest your hopes and your wishes and people, places, and things, disrupting what's going on, things changing, not where they were, not how they were. Go hang with your friends for a minute. That will go a long way. Those of you that are still under quarantine and corona, do the Zoom thing or the FaceTime thing or the Hangout thing or however that's resonating. But get some time in with your friends, some fun, light-hearted conversation. Doesn't have to be in person. Online works just as well. See what else we got for Taurus. Step away from your phone. Step away from your phone. Some of y'all are just all in your phone, and you're not. It's a difficult time right now, and your instinct is probably to hang on to that piece of communication that is just telling you good, bad, right, wrong, and indifferent. Just step away from your phone. Take a minute. Take 10 minutes every day to just put your phone down and go do something else. Go stare out the window. Go play with the animals. You got dogs and cats. Go get with them. Get with the kids. Get with your other if you have one. But step away from your phone. A lot of y'all are just hanging on to your phone for dear life, and it ain't doing nothing but stressing you the hell out. Let it go. Just saying. Just saying. Keep it to yourself. The first thing I see is this. So if you become aware of who this is, hang on to that for a minute. Don't let it go. If there is other parents with this leadership card, there's some scuttlebutt, there's some bullshit going on in the background, keep it to yourself. Now, again, is that energy where people are not really hearing everything with all these retrograde, particularly with Mercury getting ready to go retrograde, in 9-10 days? Yeah, so we're definitely in the shadow phase. Keep it to yourself. People are not hearing things correctly. They're misconstruing every damn thing. Their perception is off, the whole nine. So anything that you hear that may even remotely sound like gossip, keep it to yourself. Any big changes that you may just get wind of, keep it to yourself. Let things just go naturally without your input. Again, people are not hearing correctly right now, so they may take your words and mess you up with them. However that's resonating. Taurus, I'm going to leave it there. I hope everybody has a good week. Stay safe. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, y'all.